Just turn on the music volume a little bit. Should be right there, really. And yeah, everything's looking good. Live again. This time on the regular live server. And this week I'll just be playing Voroshilov, seeing as I got it from the battle pass recently. I thought, why not? Well, it's either this, battleships, or high-tier coastals, and neither high-tier coastals nor battleships are really my thing for today. So yeah, Voroshilov. Another Kirov-class cruiser. I've already played a little bit. Basically the same as the other Kirovs. More AA though, for as far as I know. Sure thing. And we'll see how far we can get with 5-7 and during naval event matchmaking. I need a fair bit more for my star for today. But let's just get right into it. Need to make sure I actually equip the armor piercing. And now we wait. And, oh well, not for that long apparently. African Gulf. Ooh, it's not really all that nice if you're in a 5-7 cruiser. I think I've had my thoughts be known when I actually streamed the Death Server, but I don't like those upcoming naval changes. They're not going to be great. It's a down tier? It's a down tier, okay. American 3-tier cruiser is probably the biggest threat, so we're going that down first. Also do tell me if the game is a bit too loud. I can always turn it down. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the upcoming changes. But it'll not make me quit. I'll keep playing, even if I don't like it. And we definitely need to put our secondaries under manual control. There's a player and a cruiser. Keep an eye out for what the other cruisers are doing. Those are okay. Let's see if we can get the Kafkas to back off. and start burning away a little bit. I really want to hit these shell rooms underneath these gun houses. Let's see if we can get there. There we go, and that's one of them.
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
We're not going to repair that engine because it'll just get me killed if I do. That's a sinking cruiser. That's another sinking cruiser. This one is as well. Let's repair the engines and load them to the A point. Oh, there, that's kind of dangerous. An automatic gunfire doesn't destroy, it's anti-air caliber. Alrighty. We'll just keep going, I guess. Two more French cruisers. And I'm going to turn down the audio just a little bit more. Luhansk should be able to make it on the DA point without any trouble, so I'm going to turn away. A bit high, too far forward as well on that salvo. Lots of over penetrations, which isn't great. Let's see if we can slip in behind this kiln. Lead. But yeah, there's definitely lineups where you can do this event really quickly with. So I'm not really somebody that just... Well, I used to go out of my way to do these events really quickly with the Ayanami frigate. But I've stopped really caring about that. I just grind whatever lineup I still have to grind. It'll get me there anyways. That looks decent. Okay. There we go.
Attack the C point. Attack the B point. Attack the C point.
This is a weird place for cool about the spawners in AI. So I think that's just gonna spam the pins. Let's just disable radio. Either me or my squad mate should be able to make it onto the point. So what did I just get shot by? A town class cruiser, okay. That's interesting to see. Also don't have parts for FP yet, so that's why repairs so long. I've been grinding some coastal lineups as well recently. And there goes my ship. Do I have any backups remaining? We do, good. I'll use them then. And let's actually take a few HE cells with us. There's the town.
Attack the enemy.
I'm just waiting until we get the lead. Yeah, that's also been one of my ships to spade. And it's not fun. It's been taking me a while as well. I think I'm almost there though. Just in time for a battle vessel to get introduced before it. It's too far behind. I forgot how fast these Kirov-class cruisers actually reload. Pretty good reload speed. For pretty big guns.
Thank you very much.
Стоп, машины! Цель! Эсминец!
Didn't pay attention to where that Le Malin was. But oh well.
Most of the strategic zones are captured.
Цель! Эсминец!
This Sandwich is bowing towards me.
Есть поражение!
Let's see what that salvo will do.
Есть попадание! Перелет!
On the move now.
Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдает дифферент. Попадание.
And I get the feeling I'll really need to get some sap on this
Самый полный.
ship when dealing with destroyers. Because the AP does not seem to be doing a lot of damage as with direct hits.
Эсминец!
We can't lose too many more ships. And there we go.
Противников не наблюдаю. Горизонт чист. Задача.
And sap unlocked. Let's get some parts and FB then as well. And on to the next one. Actually, hold on. Just going to look at what my boot was like. Yeah, I've been playing a bit, quite a bit recently, and still it takes me a while. So yeah, 70% of the way done with that one. It's actually, never mind. She was faster than I thought. It's going to see how many battles I've actually played in the Christian Grosso now. Also a bit of a weird map to get in a cruiser. Let's get SAP. And then swap U for AP. And the remainder will be HE.
Боевая готовность номер 1. Боевым сменам заступить. Самый полный. Лево на борт. Угроза столкновения.
Enter again. Good to see. Arethusa, I think. Yeah, it's an Arethusa, only has 3/3. Leandro has 4.
Цель.
There, and a Nuremberg, maybe?
Легкий крейсер.
Sounds already loaded.
Цель. Сторожевой корабль. Цель. Легкий крейсер. Лево руля. Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Let's fire into this French heavy cruiser first.
Supremacy.
But let's manually control the secondaries anyways. Okay, good first hit.
Есть поражение.
Getting a bit high.
Боевая тревога.
Есть накрытие. Есть накрытие. Есть Есть Противник хватает. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент. Перевел.
Yeah, our main objective will be moving over there and just messing with the enemy destroyers.
Цель. Сторожевой корабль.
80. Дистанция. Есть попадание.
It'll take a little bit of time before this gold barrack goes down. Although that's mostly down to my poor aiming at the moment. He seems to be flooding out quite quickly.
Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент.
So we'll just leave that be.
Thank you.
Есть попадание. Цель. Эсминец.
In the meantime, that's sort of flatulence. That's a Z4 maybe?
Supremacy.
No, that's the Italian one, the Geniere.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Yeah, that's I've laid myself down that we'll get the new module garbage and I'll just have to adapt to it. I think the most annoying part about the module thing is it'll take me a while to get used to it to actually make a video on the update. Because a lot of testing will have to happen.
Есть поражение.
Право руля.
Already at coastal caps, that's good.
Цель выведена из
There
строя.
goes the Geniere.
Эсминец.
Вперед. 60. Дистанция. 60.
Цель.
There's Bravi over there.
60.
hiding behind the rocks.
Стоп, машины. Цель. Эсминец.
Мерин. 60. Дистанция. Попадание. Угроза столкновения.
Goldberg got sunk by my squad mate. That's fine.
Цель. Эсминец.
Мерин. 60. Дистанция. 5.
Destroyers are all hiding behind a rock.
Эсминец.
Мерин. 60. Дистанция. 5.
That's an AI.
Цель.
That'll be a fun thing though. Next update, all the AIs being the same reward as a normal player ship. That'll be very interesting.
Эсминец.
Can I steal that kill?
Дистанция 5000.
Цель.
Quite.
Эсминец.
Мерин. 60. Дистанция 5000.
I think that'll make the coastal grind quite a bit quicker. Having AIs count for the same reward as players. Because you do still see quite a fair amount of AI, you know, player slots. That's like also another reason why I'm not really grinding my coastals as much as I should.
Эсминец.
Because the grind will be better next update.
Дистанция 5000.
Цель. Эсминец.
Although on the other hand, you could say that with the cumulative hull break thing, it's actually get worse as well. But
Эсминец.
we'll have to see.
Мерин. 60. Дистанция 5000.
Цель. Эсминец.
Мерин. 60.
We'll have to see just how how do I say this? How widespread that cumulative hull break will be. That will actually define what ships will have it and what won't. Which won't.
Allied forces have captured the zone.
Есть попадание. Противник подает ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент.
Цель. Эсминец.
Мерин. 60. Дистанция 7000.
Victor will be out. Attack the enemy.
Цель уничтожена.
Цель. Эсминец.
That's the same guy I detonated last match as well, wasn't it?
Дистанция
I
7000.
think it was.
Есть поражение. Бомбардировщик. Право. Дистанция 8000.
Enemy forces have captured the zone.
Есть накрытие. Есть попадание.
Цель. Эсминец.
Мерин. 80. Дистанция 6000. Попадание.
Цель. Сторожевой корабль.
60. Дистанция 7000. Противник подает ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент.
I'm kind of curious when the next update will actually drop. If it'll be next week or the week after.
Имеем повреждения.
I've seen quite a few people already say it'll be next week, but I have my doubts. I think it'll be another week at least.
Цель утратила боеспособность.
Цель. Эсминец.
Мерин. 80. Дистанция 10.
This bay, okay.
Тяжелый
It's
крейсер.
more of an interesting target.
80. Дистанция 8000.
Just a little more effort, and Victor and Charlie be ours.
Угроза столкновения.
Цель. Эсминец.
Мерин. 80. Дистанция 6000. Есть поражение.
Let's see if we can actually ammo rack it.
Повреждения. Попадание.
What's the angled panel like on this AP? Range 7.5. He's really bowing to me.
Есть накрытие.
Not great.
Есть попадание.
But we'll keep trying anyways. he actually hit the hole? There we go.
Есть попадание.
Цель. Эсминец.
Верен. 80. Дистанция 5000. Наблюдаю пожары. Перевел. Есть попадание.
That's something I'll have to test as well in the next update, because live is how effective high explosive will be from guns like this against destroyers. Seeing as high explosive will get kinetic penetration next update. Maybe I won't even have to load the sap. Well, still be useful against bow-in targets. Against broadside destroyers, maybe the HE will do more.
80. Дистанция 9000.
Though it doesn't actually have much more explosive mass.
Имеем повреждения. Есть поражение.
And that should be match as well soon.
Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент.
Трюмной группе осушить отсеки. Аварийной и трюмной группам приступить к борьбе за живучесть.
Surprised that's a 30-something old repair. Or a catapult and 2 secondaries. Pretty well. Another nice chunk of RP. And let's get some VT. Proves rangefinder would always be good. Just quickly want to check how many games I actually have in the 52 already, jeez. I'm only 78% to spading it. 70%, yeah. BT 100 mils, and then what shall I do? Which rangefinder is definitely next. Don't really need better traverse speed on any of the guns. They should probably go down the speed and survivability. There isn't really much else to talk about, is there? Just waiting for the next update. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to get next update. There's a bunch of coastals. Blue water doesn't... Well, actually, no, I know what I'm going to get first next update. It's going to be the new Japanese destroyer. The Matsu. New Zealand Cape of 5.7. Okay, that might be fun for us. Although on first look, doesn't seem like we got an up there.
По местам стоять. Самый полный. Лево на борт.
7.
Цель. Эсминец.
Yeah, okay, doesn't actually seem to have gotten up there. Although we did get this huge map.
Руля.
Although, yeah. I'm sadly not. The other thing as well is I'm probably, even if I were to play British battleships, I wouldn't get Warspite first, because I'm still researching Rodney. And whilst Warspite is Warspite, I am going to finish off the Rodney first. That's still a ways away.
Право на борт.
What is in front of me shooting me?
Сторожевой корабль.
A frigate.
80. Дистанция 12 000. Угроза столкновения.
I think actually between Colorado and Warspite, I'd probably get Colorado first. Just because first US 16-inch.
Право руля.
That's also cool. I really hope that if the new flooding mechanic thing stays, they at least increase the amount of compartments. Because I can live with that thing being a mechanic as long as they increase the amount of compartments. If they're going to stick it to 2, that's just going to be pain. But oh well. I've played Naval for the better part of too many years. It's not like I'm not used to pain.
Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифференции. Есть поражение.
And the weird thing is that this flooding compartment thing, I didn't think it actually affects cruiser and destroyer gameplay all that much. Well, of course, I haven't tested it yet, so I don't know. But I didn't think it will. It might make HE spammers like Atlanta and Helena a lot more annoying. I don't think it'll...
Боевая тревога.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Just making sure I've actually loaded the VT on the secondaries, and I did. Too low. Okay, there is another Russian Kirov class cruiser right there.
Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифференции.
Because only the Kirovs and I think Kronstadt carry that float plane, so there we have it.
Легкий крейсер.
Дистанция 8000.
Право руля. Все машины назад.
Attack the enemy.
Право на борт.
Actually, hold on, I need to shoot the float plane down.
Прямо руль.
There it is.
Бомбардировщик.
Yeah, 15-inch dispersion has been a bit wacky. I've never really found it that bad, in all honesty.
Угроза столкновения.
But that's probably just me. There's another spare behind there.
Цель. Катер.
Need to lead the opposite way. Okay, that one's sinking. I'm gonna load the AP for the spare. Ouch! There goes one of my console racks. I need to stop flooding, if anything.
Лево на борт. Трюмной группе
I hope I actually still have a turret, but I probably won't.
We're ahead of the enemy.
трюмной
Also want to load the AP, but apparently I didn't. Yeah, still have my front turret. Somehow. That was a good sap salvo.
аварийные трюмной группам приступить к борьбе за живучесть.
I should really be spreading my fire to the rear of that ship now.
Машины назад. Цель. Эсминец.
Yeah, I've seen bug reports and I've seen that one. The Brit, I've seen that report. That's a bit oof. But it going to 35 seconds is already a big improvement. That's manageable, 35 seconds. Although that's 35 seconds with an aced crew. But still manageable.
Стоп, машины.
Yeah, I can understand that. But at the same time, it does seem like they are using reload speeds as a balancing factor rather than a historical thing. So yeah.
Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен дифферент. Угроза столкновения!
Прямо руль.
Attack the enemy.
I'm going to cross my place спокойней.
Группам приступить к борьбе за живучесть.
Lord, if you could deal with that, I'd be very happy.
Право руля. Лево руля.
Lord. And I don't see your turrets turning.
Цель. Эсминец.
You don't need to shoot the Mutsuki, the Spokojni, and their spawn is a bit, you know,
Цель.
more dangerous.
Эсминец.
And it seems I'm actually out of shells in the front.
Сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен дифферент.
Приступить к борьбе за живучесть.
The enemy's getting closer to victory. Allied forces have captured the zone.
Стоп, машины.
Есть накрытие.
The Scharnhorst is quite something. Who knows why that thing is still in the state it is? Well, we know why it is in that state, but still.
Попадание.
It's also been a weird thing. There's been people that have been a proponent of the new plotting mechanic thing, saying that, oh, it's a nerf to Scharnhorst. Well, no. It's a nerf to everything. And it actually, you know, heavily favors things with a high rate of fire. Which, obviously, Scharnhorst has a high rate of fire.
Наблюдаю крен дифферент.
It's a bit weird. I've seen a video made by Kasek, a Korean YouTuber, who has English subtitles on his videos, and I think he managed to just, you know, sink a Rodney angled with a Scharnhorst in a few minutes, just shooting the bow over and over again. Granted, you can kind of do that already with a Rodney, but still. I'm still holding out hope that they have seen the feedback and really are not going to implement it with just 2 segments. But we'll have to wait and see. Because in the dev server notes, they did seem to be open to the idea of, you know, changing the amount of segments required and the HP per segment.
Право руля. Право на борт.
So yeah.
Попадание. Цель утратила боеспособность.
Somebody attack him!
Not quite sure what it Corsair was doing, just diving straight on an American destroyer, even if it is Bagley.
Есть попадание.
Лево руля.
You're kidding me, right? Okay. Torpedo to impact. Luckily not lethal, luckily not perma-flooding.
Отсеки.
But that was a bit scary. I'm gonna make sure our gunners keep focusing on air targets. I do not want them to shoot a destroyer when a plane comes in.
Трюмной группе спрямить крен.
Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент.
Of course, now too slow to actually get in the cap. And that's an air destroyer. They can launch torpedoes. Was it actually the Bagley's torpedoes that I got hit by? Might have been.
Аварийный трюмный группам приступить
Stop
к
the
борьбе
deep flooding because I'm no longer taking on water. And I want to repair my torpedo tube as fast as possible. I've just run out of sap on the front guns, okay.
Сторожевой корабль.
I'll get the torpedo tube immediately. It should be an impact.
Прямо руль.
There we go.
Трюмной группе осушить отсеки. Трюмной группе спрямить крен.
Oh, actually should have down my only A guns there now. So it seems the 37 have actually scared it off. And there we go. Next to move another 100 mils.
Угроза столкновения. Внимание, критические повреждения.
Право на борт.
We can capture this point and get some ammo back.
Стоп машины.
Front turret is really low in ammo.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент. Внимание, критические повреждения. Цель уничтожена.
Ah, God, Spokoni's back again.
Take him down!
And not enough crew. Lovely.
Спасательные средства на борту.
Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент.
Покинуть корабль.
Alrighty. Not a bad run, of course. But still, is it really worth getting a backup? I don't think so. So let's just take one of the other Kirovs. The thing is,
Боевая тревога. Лево руля.
Navi is not that special. Yes, people do still play it at SBR, but it's great. The missiles can hurt destroyers, sure, and on a map like this it might actually be useful. It's just, you know... The missile really is more of a gimmick than some people think it is. Yep, I did get the Voroshilov from the battle pass because I had all the other battle pass boats in that crate. But I missed out on the Voroshilov years ago, so that's the one I got. Yeah, the Kirovs aren't bad. They are very squishy though. But the firepower isn't bad.
Наблюдаю пожары. Эсминец. Слева. Дистанция 7000. Противник сбавляет ход.
Yeah, the LVT is not a bad one to get. The French one of the Beauforts. I never played that one during its heydays though. But it serves as a decent anti-air for that battle rating for me.
Право руля.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win. Take him down!
Yes, the PM Courage was quite funny for the longest time though, because it is just just an Italian cruiser with I think Russian 37s on it as anti-air. But other than that, identical. But for some reason, for the longest time, I'm not sure if it still is, it was a lower battle rating than the Italian cruiser. Which was just goofy, because it was the exact same ship. Darn it. Didn't notice the AI on B.
Стоп, машины.
It's too busy keeping its Spokone away from C.
Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент.
Цель. Эсминец.
Уверен. Стоп. Дистанция.
Luckily they didn't capture the B points, which is good. That guy's lost spawn, so we really want to take him out.
Take him down!
Лево руля.
Alright, camera cam, that's also great.
Цель. Катер.
Уверен. Стоп. Дистанция 9000. Катер. Спереди. Дистанция 10000. Впереди фугасная.
Let's see if we can hit him
Распрямить крен.
guns first. And stop
Трюмной
flooding.
группе осушить отсеки.
Straddle, of course.
Имеем повреждение.
That one's just playing over.
Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент. Цель
There we
выведена
go.
из строя. Есть поражение. Зарядить бронебойный. Зарядить полубронебойные.
Hello, Ikoma. That's a
Торпедный аппарат
sight I'm not
готов.
used to.
Попадание.
Luckily, it was already incredibly wounded, so we can just finish it off.
Наблюдаю крен и дифференц.
Not sure what wounded it so much. Oh well, Liverpool could do it, I guess.
Перевел.
Цель эсминец.
20. Дистанция 4000. Эсминец. Спереди. Дистанция 6000. Королева навожу.
Take him down.
I've seen this guy a couple of times now. It's the same shame he's in the same squadron as the rat. I've seen him a couple of times. Oh, please, missile the B6. Oh, yeah, he's dead, isn't he?
Цель
Whoop.
торпедоносец.
60.
Цель легкий крейсер.
Верен. 60. Дистанция 3000.
Удар.
Влево. Есть попадание.
I don't remember if you can ammo rack the grid through as. I think you can actually.
Угроза столкновения! Наблюдаю крен и дифференц. Есть поражение. Будет грамотно.
Цель катер.
60. Дистанция 5000.
There it goes.
Право руля.
Let's do a shot into the engine, should be able to finish it off.
Цель утратила боеспособность. Есть поражение.
Право на борт.
Okay, guns went everywhere because I was on the turn.
Цель катер.
It's an AI.
Прямо руль. Трюмной группе осушить отсеки. Цель. Сторожевой корабль.
Верен. 60. Дистанция 4000. Имеем повреждения.
It's a PT. Did this. No, he did 700 damage. What?
Цель. Катер.
Верен. 60. Дистанция
Let me check what the PT6 did as much. Because I'm suspecting some rat tactics.
Цель.
Okay, when were those ships over there?
Цель. Катер.
Including one of a repair drone apparently for Wilkinson.
Цель.
In the form of a T-14. Okay, when were you here? Am I that blind?
Легкий крейсер.
Luckily it was an AI.
Малый.
Цель утратила боеспособность.
Цель. Катер.
Верен. Дистанция 4000. Бомбардировщик. Слева. Дистанция 4000.
A hit non-pan on a... Okay,
Право руля.
okay. I shall accept it.
Недолет. Угроза столкновения.
Let's maybe actually focus this enemy cruiser rather than T-14.
Зарядить бронебойные.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Имеем повреждения. Цель горит.
A little more effort, and victory will be ours.
is most likely going to be matched very soon.
Боевой тревоги дрон. Чаю.
Good stuff.
Готов на командный пост.
And that is my star for today done as well. Oh, and a camouflage for the Gorky. Let's get primary armor targeting anyways. Let's get some Foster turrets. And some speed upgrades. He's quite a that's quite a good naval player. I've seen him every now and then, and it's always a how do I say this? It's always a naval player to be aware of when you see him. Or her, who knows? But yeah. We'll just keep going. Yeah, tomorrow starts the 6th star, which will unlock this incredibly cool loading screen. So that's tomorrow until Tuesday. So by next week I should be able to have done Strasbourg. Fun. And this map again. Who are we fighting? A few familiar names.
К местам стоять.
Yeah, unless I
сниматься. Самый полный.
calculated it wrong. We should have Strasbourg next week. So I think you can already know what my stream is going to be next week.
Прямо руль.
Probably. I don't think Strasbourg will be good, as, you know, the Gurk isn't. It does have a little bit more armor, which isn't bad. And it is a second Dunkirk, so it does help with the lineup a bit. But I'm not expecting great things out of it.
Лево руля.
It does look cooler. I think the superstructure on Strasbourg looks better than Dunkirk. But that's just my own opinion. Look at it down there again. Atlanta's 5-7 now. Does seem like we got another down tier. Good stuff. Well, the thing with event... actually, I shouldn't say that. I was about to say that event ships usually aren't the first representation of a class of ship. Especially if it's like a really good ship for the tech tree. But then again, Barham existed, but... Barham isn't really the best the British had to offer.
Эсминец.
Like, those Italian... the Roma class battleship definitely needs to be a tech tree ship before it becomes an event. Because it would be a big step up for what Italy has to offer. Oh yeah, Mississippi was the first one with the 14-inch 50s, wasn't it? Although it's not that big of an upgrade compared to the others. It was one of them. Baden was also not the first Bayern. Barham, yeah, sure, was the first QE. But it's not like the British didn't have that kind of firepower yet. Whilst Roma would be the first proper Italian 15-inch battleship. Which, yeah, I wouldn't put it as an event first. But oh well, we'll knows what will happen. If anything, what I would love to see as event ships are more cruisers. I'm still waiting for my Oyodo, damn it. I wouldn't say that. It's more like the player's logic. With big shiny ship means more players. I don't think Gaijin's ever really, you know, openly said something like that. But yeah, they have been adding a lot of event battleships, but by the looks of it, all of the events have been top tier vehicles. Ground and air as well, or at least high tier. I'm really not the biggest fan of event battleships, because battleship gameplay is just not it, really. I would kill for a fun, a unique event cruiser. Kof, Yodo, Mission, Kitakami, you know, Maya and the anti-air fit. Any of those ships, really. Or Shiryu, who knows? This Shiryu could be an interesting ship. Quad 15-inch ships on an actual armored platform. Might be fun. Should be fun.
Тяжелый крейсер. Цель — легкий крейсер.
Есть поражение.
Право руля.
Есть попадание.
Лево на борт. Стоп машины.
There's quite a few interesting French coastal vessels getting added next update, at least.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
The Marne looks especially meaty. This spawn of 4 100 mils, no anti-air guns, 265s. Only SAP, for as far as I could see. Which is weird. Sure.
Эсминец.
By Moffat.
Цель. Эсминец.
Is it a Bravi sitting still in spawn? No, it's heading away. Okay. So we'll lead over.
Эсминец. Справа. Дистанция 8000.
It's firing missiles at our way. That makes sense. And that was actually a good guess. I might blow up. I'm, yeah, high risk of blowing up. Luckily he swerved at the last moment. And did nothing because I'm a cruiser and that missile doesn't go through cruiser armor.
Противник сбавляет ход. Вперед.
Yeah,
Somebody attack him.
Эсминец. Спереди. Дистанция.
pretty much pretty fun.
The enemy has captured
But
most of
yeah.
the strategic zones.
Есть поражение.
Battleships are definitely very compressed. Cruisers are also, to be honest, kind of like all of the ship classes are a little compressed.
Эсминец.
But I think it's most noticeable of battleships.
Дистанция 9000.
Цель. Эсминец.
Bravi.
Вперед.
We're loading the AP for the New Orleans.
Уничтожено. Наблюдаю пожары. Зарядить бронебойный.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Вперед. 80. Дистанция. Угроза столкновения.
Стоп
That
машины.
is ambitious, PT6. Very ambitious.
Легкий крейсер.
But I don't think that's gonna work. What's your Shimakaze about? That's a bit icky.
Есть попадание.
Why are people playing PT6s at this battle rating on this map, of all things?
Есть поражение.
Destroy the target.
Легкий крейсер. Спереди. Дистанция 6000.
We are losing.
Есть.
I'm gonna go to SAP because I think that New Orleans is gonna go down on my next salvo. Just gonna make sure. Not yet. Capturing C. We have an Omaha and a Alwyn.
140. Дистанция 5000.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Okay, New Orleans is going down.
Дистанция Дистанция. Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и
This
дифференц.
match is most likely going to be defeated at this rate, but oh well.
Дистанция 6000. Есть поражение.
Load the AP to maybe just pan through the bow of this Murmansk, because the sap won't get deep enough.
Most of the zones are taken by the enemy.
Попадание.
I think it's time to get a move on towards the B point.
Имеем повреждение. Попадание.
Право на борт.
Okay, and then goes that Murmansk.
Наблюдаю крен и дифференц.
Цель — легкий крейсер.
Дистанция 6000.
We have Atlanta somewhere. I haven't really noticed its presence too much yet.
Попадание. Эсминец. Впереди. Дистанция 8000.
Право руля.
The enemy is winning. We've got to counterattack.
Есть поражение. Зарядить полубронебойные.
Do more Omahas. Player ones, of course. But Naval.
Легкий крейсер.
Atlanta.
Попадание.
Let's be a little bit worried about this AI destroyer.
Стоп. Дистанция 9000.
Цель — легкий крейсер.
I get a distinct feeling I won't actually make it to the B point.
Цель — легкий крейсер.
Попадание.
Somebody attack
If we lose turrets, that's fine. As long as we don't lose engines, we will not repair.
Имеем серьезные повреждения.
There's the other front turret.
Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифференц. Имеем повреждение. Цель выведена из строя.
We just have to make it to the B point.
Внимание! Имеем серьезные повреждения. Цель утратила боеспособность. Есть попадание.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy
I
will.
think we should be able to make it. As long as it don't blow up.
Есть попадание. Внимание!
The best way to kill a Scharnhorst is by shooting it with at least 2 to 3 battleships repeatedly. And a healthy dosage of prayer to the snail as well, yeah. But you know, if you're in a squad, if you have the good fortune to be in a squad, just hammer them. Just shoot them repeatedly. And eventually the sheer firepower of 2 or 3 battleships will put it down. Especially if you can keep knocking out their turrets. And eventually you'll down one.
Легкий крейсер.
Oh well. No hope as well. At least decapture the B point. And let's use a backup. I really don't know what this guy's game plan is. He just spawn on PT6 3 times.
Прямо руль.
Although I'm happy he's not my team this time round.
Цель. Эсминец.
Although I think we still, yeah, we do still have a PT6 roaming around as well.
Есть ППД.
I mean, he might, but it's just... I wouldn't, that's for sure, especially on a map like this. These guns don't have the greatest vertical dispersion of the range, do they? Straddling an Aoba like that is not great. Oh, one of the PT6s is being a hero. An absolute mad lad.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Цель. Эсминец.
Верен. 60. Дистанция 10 тысяч. Перелет.
The Aoba's counterfire does hurt quite a bit. I've played the Sharn, I think, one match earlier today to get some kills in a rank 6. It is disgusting just how easy that thing is to play. You just because it's the combination of both great armor and great speed, where you can just go to wherever you want, not really care about enemy battleships, and just dunk on people. Because sure, the main battery guns aren't all that great in Sharn. They do have a great reload, and you're fast and armored enough to get close enough to where the guns can actually work. And it's just disgusting. All of it.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
60.
I haven't really been playing... I haven't played the 16-inch gunships at all recently, or Japanese battleships in general. But that's good to know. Again, yeah, overwhelming firepower will sink a Sharn horse eventually. It's just that at the moment there's not an awful lot of things with overwhelming firepower. Kinda makes you want the days of the Barbette bug back again, so you can actually kill Sharn horse by detonation really easily. But oh well.
Внимание. Имеем серьезные повреждения. Противник слагает.
Goes another Sharn detonation in New Orleans.
Цель.
And I need to kill that destroyer ASAP because it's going to decapture the B point.
Лево руля.
The Aoba's going to sink me though. There's not much I can do about it. Using a
Приступить к
turret to
борьбе
go
за
like
живучесть.
12% of my crew, 20%. And all those shells went over, so they just went through the smokestack and did nothing. And there we go, not enough crew.
Somebody attack him.
Корабль теряет плавучесть. Внимание. Критически низкая плавучесть.
Покинуть корабль.
More Gorky it is, I guess.
Лево на борт. Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Верен. 80. Дистанция 9000.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Прямо руль.
Есть накрытие. Тяжелый крейсер. Спереди. Дистанция 12 000.
Боевая тревога.
Есть попадание.
Yeah, that's actually the funny thing, the Bien-Pain. I played one match in Scharnhorst earlier today, and I did get an encounter game. And I did just go to the enemy convoy uncontested, which was incredibly lore accurate for Scharnhorst.
Право руля.
It was encounter on Mediterranean port. Got a really good spawn as well, as close to the island cover as possible.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Перед 80. Дистанция 9000. Зарядить бронебойный. Есть поражение.
Цель. Легкий крейсер.
Перед 80. Дистанция 6000.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Перед
Let us have and deal with this
дистанция
Afghans, because it's a player.
есть попадание.
Легкий крейсер. Впереди. Дистанция 10 000.
While this cruisers aren't great, he is rushing towards a B point at high speed.
80. Дистанция 6000.
Лево на борт.
We do still have 2 capture points, but the Aoba is heading towards the A point, so we really don't want to give him B just for free.
Есть поражение.
You know, not gonna be able to stop that capture there because the New Orleans is sinking right into it as well.
Попадание. Есть попадание.
Легкий крейсер. Спереди. Дистанция 9000. Руль право на борту.
Аварийной трюмной группам приступить к борьбе за живучесть.
Дистанция 13 000.
Перевел.
There goes 15% of my crew from one Omaha salvo. The enemy Aoba actually got sunk by gearing. Hopefully. Kafka's got sunk by a friendly New Orleans. Should recover from the Omaha now. Although the second Omaha is about to hit me.
Цель. Легкий крейсер.
Дистанция 8000.
I can actually detonate Omahas, but I'm not nearly accurate enough with these guns to pull it off.
Впереди. Дистанция 4000.
Право на борт.
Имеем повреждения. Есть попадание.
Руль прямо.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
60. Дистанция
And that is match.
Противников не наблюдаю, горизонт чист.
And more upgrades for Voroshilov. Tempted to go for the float line next. Although shrapnel protection would actually be best just to reduce some damage I'm taking. There we go. Have I gotten... Oh, I still have one more daily bonus on the Maria research. I also completely overlooked that the Poltava is now 6-3. It's a bit awkward for lineup building, but interesting, I guess. And African Gulf again. No, not really. Even with battleships, I definitely don't up-tier them. Because when you do get a full down-tier at 6-3, believe me, you're going to be grateful for the fact that you can. Speaking of... Oh boy, full up-tier. Full up-tier on African Gulf as a cruiser. Yeesh, okay. That's going to be rough. Because we only have one spawn point, and you can bet you those enemy battleships are not going to be kind. Okay, with Russian battleship we have the...
Угроза столкновения.
Цель. Линейный
Now I really wish I had all my speed upgrades so we could actually move out of here as soon as possible.
цель.
But
Тяжелый
nope,
крейсер.
we'll just have to tough it out.
Цель. Легкий крейсер.
That's the eyes into them.
Тяжелый крейсер.
Дистанция 9000. Зарядить бронебойный.
Цель.
I indeed might have jinxed us when it comes to up-tiers.
Thank you.
Есть попадание. Перелет.
Лево руля. Цель. Эсминец.
Дистанция 9000.
Let's see if I can actually shoot these destroyers a bit. It's not negligible enough for me. Like, sure, it doesn't happen all that often, but when it does happen, it's great. And, well, for me at least, when I'm playing 6-3, it's usually to spade them, to fully upgrade them. And then I'm not playing 7-0s anyways. So there's no reason to up-tier my 6-3s. Or I usually just don't have 7-0s as well.
Попадание. Есть накрытие. Перелет. Есть поражение.
Seems I'm escaping from the battleships up north.
Есть попадание.
So I'll just keep shooting these destroyers.
Цель утратила боеспособность.
Цель. Эсминец.
Мерен. Дистанция 7000. Имеем повреждение.
Let's arrange my torpedoes 4 kilometers, never mind.
Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крены дифферент.
Право руля.
If either of those Yam actually just a
Мерен. 208.
Russian battleship, but if Yamashiro just as much as looks at me, I'm gonna toast.
Линкор.
Мерен. 208. Дистанция 7000.
Цель. Легкий крейсер.
The Yamashiro being a 6-7, by the way, is completely bullshit. There's no reason for that thing to be 6-7. But oh well. Well, other than they can't sell top tiers.
Крейсер. Цель. Легкий крейсер.
Дистанция 6000. Есть поражение. Имеем повреждение.
I'm being shot by an AI, okay.
Аварийной группе. Ликвидировать пожар.
Есть накрытие. Перелет.
actually still being shot by an AI? I am. What AI?
Тяжелый крейсер.
You, okay. Pensacola. Actually, is that an AI? It isn't, that's a player, okay.
Лево руля.
That would explain why he's so accurate.
Приступить к борьбе за живучесть. Право на борт. Прямо руль.
Есть попадание!
Let's load AP for the next one. Trying to hit one of the shell rooms, and that one was decent. Not quite enough oomph to get to it though.
Право руля.
Because one of my
Аварийный трюмный
engines again.
группам приступить к борьбе за живучесть.
These guns are not, you know, being useful to me at the moment.
Лево на борт.
As they're just... Okay, he hit, but I did nothing to him, so not a useful hit. That's for sure. Short by 20 meters there. We got us a decentish hit into the boiler room, but nothing else. Okay. Let's not unpack how an Amden just sank a Yamashiro. That's just something that happened.
Группе осушить отсеки.
An Amden which shouldn't...
Применить крен.
An AI Amden as well, okay.
Есть попадание! Внимание! Имеем серьезные повреждения!
Another zone captured. We have the advantage.
Имеем повреждения.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
Есть крейсер! Право! Дистанция 7000! Попадание! Вертолет!
I'll hold fire until the turret's repaired. Seems he has swapped targets, but I haven't. And he should be going down pretty soon.
Малый.
Yep, there we go.
Цель.
Amden, Atlanta, which could be fun to shoot at.
Дистанция 6000! Внимание! Имеем серьезные повреждения!
Seems the Yamashiro got revenge on the Amden that sunk him. Sank him, whatever.
Стоп, машины.
Есть накрытие! Зарядить полубронебойные!
I'll load the sap just to do some more damage to his nose with Atlanta.
Дистанция 8000! Есть попадание!
What's the filler on the AP shell? 2.5. Look. Compared to 7 kilos that the sap carries. It's not great.
Внимание! Имеем серьезные повреждения! Есть накрытие! Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифференс. Попадание!
Yeah, it does seem like the Atlanta has noticed us, but I think too little too late.
Попадание!
Yeah, 5-7 Atlantas aren't really what they used to be, are they?
Цель уничтожена. Внимание! Имеем серьезные повреждения.
Цель. Эсминец.
Уверен. 302. Дистанция 9000.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
Цель. Легкий крейсер.
Уверен.
That could be a fun one, that is stationary.
8000.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Уверен.
Let's see if he's actually stationary. I think he's moving forward ever so slightly.
Зарядить бронебойный. Штурмовик. Спереди. Дистанция.
Yeah, ever so slightly.
Внимание! Имеем серьезные повреждения.
I think the Atlanta should still be fine at 5-7.
Цель горит.
It's just it faces a lot more guns we've just annihilated.
Air 270. Fight.
Altitude 0?
Есть поражение.
Okay, good stuff. Fire in the magazine of that spade. I really want to be able to take that kill.
Внимание! Имеем
Come on.
серьезные повреждения. Попадание.
Oh well, we'll take the assist.
Уверен. 320. Дистанция 8000. Легкий крейсер. Дистанция 9000.
Машины назад.
Есть попадание.
I'm always paranoid when I hear an aircraft engine overhead. Luckily this time it was a friendly.
Сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифференц. Внимание! Имеем серьезные повреждения.
Keep it up and victory will be ours. Awesome.
Есть попадание.
For a 6-7 up tier, this was not a bad result. Can I get detonation? No. Yeah, exactly. This was yeah, bad match.
Есть накрытие. Есть поражение.
The detonation keeps getting robbed away from me. This German cruiser.
Задача выполнена. Возвращаемся в базу.
Almost got the float plane with that. And we'll just keep going. Let me see, how long is this? 10 battles? Sure. Anything to make research go faster. Still have quite a lot of work to do in my Russian tech tree. So I am making decent progress towards the Maria now. But all of these 6-0s still need spading. A lot of it as well. It's also really, not really annoying, but weird that these 3 6.0 cruisers all have a different requirement to spade them. Even though they're practically the same. This is 200 and almost 20,000. 172, which is, 50,000 RP less. And 130, which is another, 40,000 RP less. Northport? Oh, but the bad side of Northport, isn't it? Ugh. And I'm just shy of my float plane too, am I? Oh, this would have been a perfect map to just, do float plane shenanigans on. Oh well. It should be a down tier though. Because I don't think you can actually get this map with battleships.
По местам стоять.
Tashkent is 4-7, but it's a squad, so we'll have to see. Orleans is 5-7, Murmansk is 5-0.
Право руля.
5-0, 4-7, it's probably going to be a 5-0 squad then. Köln is 5-3.
Эсминец. Спереди. Дистанция 14 тысяч.
Боевая
That's an
тревога.
AI. The Malay is 4-7. So is Mogador, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, should be in a full down tier again. Well, yeah, Kazuki definitely is. Although he's part of the 5-0 squad. Can you actually see this map with 6-3s? Because I haven't. Although I haven't been. Actually, no, I've been playing a fair bit of 6-3s and I haven't seen this map yet. I know you can get this map with 6-0s. Fairly certain you can. Also, this Murmansk is just going to cut me off slowly, isn't he? Let's give him a little bit of a tap on his way out then.
Эсминец. Спереди. Дистанция 11 тысяч.
Право на борт.
Yes. Yeah, don't turn right as you're about to pass somebody like that. Really?
Цель. Эсминец.
Oh, Fletcher.
Цель. Эсминец.
Ooh. Be careful, didn't cut up the Köln. There's a decent salvo, that wasn't for dispersion.
Угроза столкновения.
Might have been a detonation. There we go. Little smack in the engine room. Enemies have a hipper.
Эсминец. Спереди. Дистанция 10 тысяч. Руль вправо.
Straddle, more like short, but sure. Girl is behind me.
Право руля.
Попадание. Противник вставляет. Наблюдаю крепкий.
Hello there, Delta.
Есть попадание.
It's going all right. Playing more boats as usual. Or waiting for the next update to drop.
Есть попадание. Эсминец. Спереди. Дистанция 8 тысяч.
Право на борт.
Руль вправо на борту. Руль прямо. Есть накрытие. Есть накрытие.
I'm surprised I'm under-bleeding that Fletcher so much. Though he's accelerating, that's why.
Попадание.
I'm shocked it's not a detonation, but it will.
Есть накрытие.
I'm not. This is the live server. The dev server closed 2 days ago now, I think.
Enemy forces have captured.
Now, last week I was on the dev server. The stream of that should still be up.
Попадание.
Эсминец.
today? I haven't heard of it. For as far as I knew, it was just running from the 28th until the 6th. I haven't really checked, and no, but I haven't heard it still being open.
Цель уничтожена. Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент.
Цель. Эсминец.
Мерен. 300. 8000.
Лево руля.
I'll go north to see what's up with the sea point. I haven't heard anything about it being extended like that. To my knowledge, it's closed.
Есть накрытие.
Право на борт.
Есть накрытие. Руль прямо. Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент. Цель утратила боеспособность. Попадание.
Цель. Эсминец.
Мерен. 300. 8000. Недолет! Эсминец! Спереди! Дистанция!
Ouch, ouch, ouch. That's the Atlanta. That's gonna be the Atlanta.
Аварийные группы. Ликвидировать пожар.
Hard left rudder. Try and throw off its lead. Okay,
Прямо руль.
okay. It's engine
Приступить к
power.
борьбе за живучесть.
Should be fine for now. Yeah, hello there.
Имеем повреждения!
Цель.
There's
Вражий
Atlanta.
крейсер.
Мерен. 340. Дистанция 7000.
Air! Take him down! Somebody attack him!
Право руля. Цель. Эсминец.
Мерен. 320.
Damage was that?
Дистанция 5000.
Now there is a Moffat up ahead.
We've captured most of the strategic zones.
Лево руля.
Captured the A point, great. Yuck. Well.
Катя. Слева. Дистанция 3000.
Yes. Oh well. Let's just see what's going on the sea point.
Цель. Эсминец.
Oh, hello there. And before that goes anything further, I need to do... Check the voice. No. Let's do nothing, because I saw where that chat was going, and I'm not going to have that show on stream.
Право на борт.
Руль право на борту. Угроза столкновения. Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент.
It can be switched on back again after next match.
Прямо руль. Цель. Эсминец.
Where did that next go? Anywhere back?
2000.
It's a cruiser. The Kirov class in the Russian Tech Free.
Эсминец.
Мерен. 340.
I'll go off it. Just sitting there, not moving.
Стоп,
He started to accelerate as he's getting shot at, but up it goes.
Цель — эсминец.
That loss of the front turret was rather poorly timed. He's launching torpedoes, which I was worried about.
Аварийной трюмной группам приступить к борьбе за живучесть. Лево руля.
You know,
Выведена из строя. Попадание.
torpedoes were in the water. I saw them there for a second. Oh, pro is a bit much.
Самый полный.
You're not really getting paid to do this.
Возмездный котельный задолжен.
But I have played my fair share of boats.
Бомбардировщик.
We're in Atlanta.
Цель — легкий крейсер.
Верен. 340. Дистанция 4000.
Цель — эсминец.
Верен. 340. Дистанция 3000.
Ah, shit. Torpedoes, torpedoes, torpedoes.
Цель
We're steering for in between them.
Верен. 340.
Oh, come on.
Дистанция
I know the Atlanta's shooting me now. Poor timing. Oh boy. Ouch. Very much ouch. And not enough crew as well. And no front birds. And that's what we want to press. That's what we want to press. Oh, that was very poorly timed on my end.
на воду.
If I just waited a bit longer, I would have just not sailed with torpedoes. Yeah, let's use a backup, sure.
Лево руля.
Because you can actually see the Atlanta from here.
Somebody attack him!
Недолет. Есть поражение. Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и вперед. Есть поражение. Солнце столкновения. Есть поражение.
And that's the Atlanta dealt with.
Самый полный.
Есть поражение. Цель уничтожена.
And now there's a Hipper in front.
Право руля.
So we want to switch over to the armor piercing, because the Hipper is actually an armored ship compared to some other cruisers.
The enemy is winning. We must counterattack.
Цель — тяжелый крейсер.
Верен. 320. Тяжелый крейсер. Спереди. Дистанция 13 000.
Боевая тревога.
Didn't think any of us are going to make it in time to actually change the caps.
Есть попадание.
Unless that Tama gets there in time. But I don't think he will.
Перелет.
Valiant effort with a PO2M, but yeah.
Попадание. Эсминец. Спереди. Сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент.
Лево руля.
Руль лево.
Oh, hello there. Well, there's nothing, no ship really. Well, new Japanese destroyer is always nice for me. Warspite's cool, but it's just a 15-inch battleship. Colorado's cool, but it's still a standard, so there's a very slow reload.
If we don't do something fast,
The French have a bunch of interesting new coastal additions. There's also that German one, German with an L-70 Bofors, that's 3.0. It's cool. A bunch of stuff. But it all gets a bit overshadowed with a new damage mechanic that's a bit controversial, to say the least.
Право на борт. Прямо руль.
I'm genuinely trying to remember what all the cool ships are next update, and all I can think of are just the French ones. There's a bunch of reserves that got swapped out. There's a new Russian coastal, which is 1.3, so okay. But the French got like 3 new higher BR coastals, or just 2? They get a Flower class corvette and another French coastal vessel, which is really cool and unique. They also get some new reserves, so yeah. Well, that's the thing. The new one might be more interesting than Arras. The Marne.
Попадание.
Or rather, it'll complement Arras really well. Because it's also 3.0,
Отступить в
but
порту.
with 300 mils, gets the coastal spawn, 265s, well, 300 mils per broadside, 265s, 165 a broadside, and then, yeah, it's an interesting boat. I haven't really been able to test it out in a dev yet, against actual people, well, at all, but it looked very cool. Let's get some more engine power on this ship. And keep going. But I'm trying to think if there were any other cool ships. And I'm genuinely blanking. I know there's a bunch of new reserves. I get a feeling I'm forgetting something for Britain, but I don't think they got a new coastal other than the new reserve. No, they didn't. Japan got a Matsu. And 2 battleships. No new cruisers. To my memory. Actually, let me just look it up. But yeah, I think ship-wise there's actually not all that much. Well, there's a fair few amount of ships, but just nothing all that interesting. Or nothing all that like that new. There's nothing all that's, you know, boundary pushing in terms of ship. Oh yeah, there's a new Italian destroyer as well. I knew I was forgetting something. But it's another 3.7 battle rating destroyer. It's cool, but it's nothing too new. Also, technically speaking, you could probably call the Strasbourg part of the next update as well. As it will be a newish battleship when the next update comes out. What we do have to look forward to is the April Fool's event. It's most likely not going to be a naval-oriented event as usual, but we can hope. I've got some plans for April Fools as well, but I'm not quite sure if I'll make it in time. HMS Tiger, Kenneth? Or... Well, it's not that the F-18 is taking the Thunders, there's just not an awful lot of Thunder in Naval with this update. Because this is the thing, right? There's like 5 or so battleships that would be boundary pushing-ish. And that's it. Okay, 6 maybe. And those would be the Bismarck class, the Littorio class for Italy, King George V for Britain, the fast battleships for America, so the South Dakotas, North Carolinas, and Iowas, but you can kind of merge them all together. And then there's the Yamato. That's like all there's left for battleships. So it's a bit difficult to get excited about them, or really have a, you know, have them be the main event of an update. Oh, and I was forgetting about the Sovietsky Soyuz for Russia, which apparently is in the works now, according to one of the leaks of Olivia. That is definitely not why Naval is not popular. No, that is not how it works. It is not the lack of modern vehicles that makes Naval not popular. Because if that was the case, then this game as a whole would not have been as popular, you know, before modern vehicles. It was, you know, steadily growing. And Ground didn't have modern vehicles on release either. No, they definitely wouldn't. You don't know how boring Cold War ships would be. Exactly. It's not, no. It's just, no. I will say though, Cold War ships are cool. All ships are cool in my opinion, but they don't... A ship type will not magically make the game mode more popular. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. Because people said, when battleships get added, Naval will get more popular. Did it? Arguably, arguably not. Seeing as people still complain about it not being popular, even though it did increase player count, especially with Naval Split. It's just because you want to see a certain type of ship doesn't make it a savior of a game mode. And if anything, they've already confirmed that they're not working on anti-ship missiles for the foreseeable future. If anything, their focus this year will be submarines and the finishing or completion of battleships, as they said by the end of last year. Yeah. Compression is pretty bad. So we didn't make better matches for the naval fighters. Who gives a shit about naval fighters? Or do you mean, what do you mean with that? Well, I'm not saying that submarines will help. I'm saying that that's what they're working on. They've said that that's what they're working on. If anything, submarines are not going to help either, because they're not going to be a very fun ship to play.
Цель.
gonna be cool ships, not fun. Seeing as they're slower than battleships and very vulnerable. But oh well. You know what was also like really annoying about the compression? If only they introduced 7.3, it would already remove so much pressure off of 6.0 cruisers. Striker, everything is more vulnerable with the new system.
Противник сплавляет.
Including cruisers getting shot by battleships. The hydrostatic shock is a bit interesting though for the new system, but I don't know how that works, or what it really
Есть накрытие.
affects torpedoes as. I thought the current permaflooding was more than enough to just, you know, make torpedoes dangerous.
Попадание.
I'm gonna back
Машины
a
назад.
bit, because there's a lot of cruisers out there.
Лево руля.
Попадание. Перелет.
Like, we'll have to see when the update actually goes live what that new feature, well, new damage system will do, what it'll actually mean. But I don't have high hopes for it.
Легкий крейсер.
Мерен. 280. Дистанция 9000. Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент.
Yeah, but the thing is, Striker, the new damage mechanic favors things with a high rate of fire, which is Scharnhorst. It will also have just as easy a time of sinking battleships as other ships will have of sinking it. Sure, it'll become a bit more vulnerable, but it'll still be able to sink enemies as well. It's not a nerf to Scharnhorst, it's a nerf to battleships, period. And all other ships as a side effect as well. Yeah, naval bombardment against ground forces in custom battles can be quite interesting. It's not easy. And you, especially since you can't really shoot at anything behind a hill, because you need a direct line of sight to lock onto them. And otherwise your guns don't really work.
Крейсер.
Мерен. 280. Дистанция 9000. Зарядить бронебой.
Цель. Легкий крейсер.
Мерен. 280. Дистанция 9000. Есть поражение.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Мерен.
To my knowledge, there's only been one map with coastal batteries. Unless we're talking like closed alpha for naval, which I wasn't a part of, but I don't remember coastal batteries in a map other than... what is it called again? It's one of the more recent-ish maps. Franz Josefland, that's the one. Oh, see you around Delta. Which did have coastal batteries, which were a bit of a pushover. Because there wasn't really as much coastal batteries as just installations you could just throw arty on and kill them. You do also have you do have coastal batteries in EC,
Крейсер.
Мерен.
but they're a bit annoying as well.
Дистанция 5000.
Самый полный.
Есть поражение.
Стоп машины.
Недолет.
I do think that the words for like saving naval gets thrown around a little bit too easily. It's not really in a critical state. Yes, it's a smaller mode. Yes, it's not as popular. It doesn't help that a lot of the big CCs just continue to make fun of it over and over again, which is also a really big part of the problem. But it's, you know, too bad of a state. Decompression is definitely one of the bigger problems. Map design, you could argue. Although that's... map design is a bit more complicated than it looks.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Верен. 260. Дистанция 10 тысяч.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
'Cause in my opinion, like, this map,
Дистанция 10.
New Zealand Cape, an excellent map for this kind of battle rating bracket. Like 5-7, battleship brackets even. Excellent map for it. Because they can make maps for larger ranges for these larger ships, it's just they don't have many of them. A lot of the maps are from like the early days where we didn't have battleships whatsoever. Or even many of the larger cruisers. And it shows. It's not even really. If you, how do I explain this best? It's not really stagnant because the thing is, right, in the early days of Naval, yes, you would play a match and you would constantly run into the same names over and over and over again. I think I actually have streams or recordings of old streams where I genuinely run into the same people for the entire evening. That doesn't happen anymore. Yes, if you play the same BR for a long enough time at a late enough hour, yes, you will run into the same people over and over again. But I mean,
We've captured most of the strategic zones.
I haven't faced any of these people yet this evening. And it's a full match, almost, at 5-7. Granted, 5-7 is a popular battle rating. But still. True, naval events do make the population boom. I should not ignore that. But still, it's not that really that bad of a state. I think people like the drama. Like, it is definitely a fact that Naval is the smallest of the game modes. But people seem to like painting it as the problem child or the abandoned game mode or the mode that doesn't really, have any progress with. Progress is slow, sure. It does keep progressing. Do keep getting bigger and bigger ships. Slowly but surely. And, lack of decompression is a bad thing, but well, you can keep complaining about that. It does make me sometimes crack up when I see people complaining about compression in top tier air. And then I think to myself, the entirety of the air mode has twice, double the BR range as Naval has in its entirety. But well, who am I to complain?
Стоп, машины.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem with Naval as a mode, right, is that people just keep calling it a quote-unquote bad mode, undeveloped mode, a unpopular mode, a bad... They keep shitting on it without actually playing it. And when they do play it, of course, it can, it can just not be your thing, which is fine. But it doesn't mean the mode is bad because it's not your thing.
Попадание.
Like, top tier air isn't my thing. Ground, for the most part, isn't my thing either.
Имеем повреждение.
But I wouldn't just call the entire mode bad just because what I played and I didn't like.
Цель. Легкий крейсер.
Верен. 260.
When did we get all the capture points? Ooh. It's also... This is purely, like, my opinion and speculation, right? I don't actually have any data on this. But I genuinely get the feeling that people just don't take enough time to learn the fact that this mode isn't ground but on sea. It just isn't. I think this is indeed a big question, is what comes after battleships. In my opinion, submarines is an easy answer, but that doesn't come after battleships, that'll just come in the trees somewhere. Also, another thing to note about Bravi is that those are manually guided, they're not automatic, they're not self-guided. You can fire both of them.
Цель.
You know,
Легкий крейсер.
yeah, again, after battleships, what happens then? I don't know. I just genuinely don't.
Стоп машины.
Hopefully some major decompression.
Попадание.
But yeah, what comes after battleships? Because submarines aren't a thing that comes after battleships, that's something that gets spread out in the tree. Carriers? I don't know. I've made a video about carriers years ago. But I genuinely don't know what kind of BR you'd give them. And the problem with modern ships and carriers, right, is if you give them a higher battle rating than battleships... I should start this differently. Modern ships and carriers are unarmored and have very little in terms of effective, well, carriers less so, but they're very vulnerable to battleships. So if you give modern ships and carriers a higher battle rating than battleships, what prevents the battleships from just up-tiering themselves and nuking everything around them?
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
I think that's one of my biggest concerns for modern ships, is how do you add missile frigates, which those missiles are not really designed to penetrate armor, like heavy battleship grade armor. How do you make that work against battleships?
Стоп машины.
Yeah, but what does a harpoon do? Especially if you can't really choose what your aim point is. A harpoon is just a top attack missile. Okay, it'll hit the top of it, it'll hit the deck of a battleship, and then what? There is no mission kill in this game. You have to sink them. Like hitting, you know, a control center, hitting the engines won't, you know, kill a ship necessarily. And a harpoon is a damn bit slower than a battleship shell. At least to my knowledge. And then you get to the funny part of the modernized Iowas with Sea Whiz. And, you know, chaff and all the other kind of countermeasures you can have on a battleship. What do you do about that thing then? In this game. But yeah, because they're not. That's not how AI can function at the moment. There's also not really that much of a threat that Sea Whiz guns actually have to be used against.
Корабль к
Well,
бою
it's-
походу
it's-
приготовить.
Угроза столкновения.
To be honest, it is a good question to ask, is what comes after battleships for Naval? Because I don't really know. I'm sure the most reasonable answer seems to be just, you know... If the thing is,
Право руля.
that doesn't work. It's not like ground, where, you know, ATGMs and heat shells just automatically defeat tanks. Most anti-ship missiles are not designed to kill battleships. They just aren't. Like, and this is the distinction, right? It's not mission kill them, it's not send them back to port to repair, it is sink them outright, what I mean. There's a big difference between those two. Because in this game you can lose all your turrets and just repair them, you can lose your engine, you can repair them out in the field. You could practically lose half your entire ship and just repair it in less than a minute.
Стоп машины.
Yeah, but the thing is, that is way too high of a battle rating you're thinking of. The current ships we have in game, if you were to fully decompress everything, would not go higher than like 8.7 or 9.0. If you were to fully decompress everything. All the destroyers, all the cruisers, all the battleships, all the coastals. If you were to fully decompress it, I don't see it going above 9.0. So an Su-34 is not what you should be thinking of.
Тяжелый крейсер.
Even with IOS.
Цель. Эсминец. Цель. Бомбардировщик.
That's also like
Прямо руль.
Угроза столкновения!
that is just not how it works, really. Like, if you want a era-appropriate thing for an Su-34, I'm sorry, but an Su-34 is not getting nowhere near a fleet. Because I'm not entirely sure what exact year an Su-34 is. But let me tell you, if we were to ever get Aegis ships, you're not going to get close to the Su-34 on our maps.
Спереди. Дистанция 9000.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
You also have to remember, right? That is for the current aircraft battle ratings. I was just talking about ship battle ratings when I meant decompression. Aircraft battle ratings do not have to stay the way they are currently, or current ships. They're adaptable for ground battle ratings, they should be adaptable for naval. They actually just mentioned that they are adaptable for naval battle ratings as well. When they made a dev post, or dev blog when they
Эсминец.
made battle ratings dependent on the game mode.
Цель.
Like there's no guarantee that the current 9.0 aircraft would stay 9.0 for naval.
Есть поражение.
Слева. Дистанция 8000.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
He's at 46, looking where he's going, so we'll get a little tap
Машины назад.
to remind himself to look where he's going. And let's see if we can maybe damage his hipper.
Эсминец. Спереди. Дистанция 7000.
Too high.
Есть поражение.
Oh, come on, Z46. Get a move on.
We are losing.
Самый полный.
Есть поражение!
Приступить к борьбе за живучесть.
Противник справляет зону. Наблюдаю кренный вариант.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Попадание!
Эсминец. Спереди.
I mean, yeah, but it's they're not that good, those AI squadron planes. Then they just fly off after a little while. And that's like that is not the biggest challenge when it comes to carriers, getting AI squads to just coordinate together, in my opinion.
Наблюдаю кренный
I think
вариант.
it's gonna be a lot more interesting to get them to fly off the carrier
Эсминец. Слева. Дистанция.
and hopefully recover them as well.
We've captured a zone.
Попадание. Имеем повреждение. Есть попадание!
These really Japanese 8-inch guns, I would have already detonated them. Come on. Just work with me.
Цель уничтожена.
There we go.
Попадание.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Мерин. 200 мм. Дистанция 8000.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Есть попадание.
The T-14 just lose a gunfight to the Arado or something. I have to watch what happens there.
Имеем повреждение. Цель выведена из строя. Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент.
Лево руля.
Есть поражение. Есть попадание.
Enemy forces
Okay, luckily the torpedo was not too well aimed. Although I did throw off my guns. I never like hearing the torpedo warning sound, because by the time you hear it in realistic it's usually too late.
Есть поражение. Имеем повреждение. Есть поражение.
Цель. Эсминец.
The enemy is winning. We've got to counterattack. Attack the V-point.
I am tempted to launch my plane and capture the sea point,
Эсминец. Спереди. Дистанция.
but I don't think that'll be too easy.
Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент. Имеем повреждение.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Мерин. 240. Дистанция
Let's get
8000.
past this island and see if we can punish that
Стоп
Hipper for just
машины.
sitting there.
Цель. Эсминец.
Мерин. 300. Дистанция 3000.
Право на борт.
Руль право на борт. Эсминец. Слева. Дистанция 7000.
Зарядим полубронебойные. Цель уничтожена.
Цель. Эсминец.
Мерин. 300. Дистанция 5000. Есть попадание. Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифферент.
Лево руля.
Влево.
Цель. Эсминец.
Мерин. 340. Дистанция 5000.
Все машины назад. Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
340. Дистанция 8000.
Attack the V-point.
Право руля.
It's free to lead.
Повреждение.
Destroy the target.
Руль право.
Есть попадание.
It was decent.
Столкновение.
Not quite the grouping I needed.
Эсминец. Спереди. Дистанция 3000.
Цель. Эсминец.
Мерин. 280. Дистанция 4000.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
Есть попадание.
Let's just load this up again. And just get to the B point as soon as possible. I think the bar is going to beat me to it, or somebody is.
Цель выведена из строя. Имеем повреждение.
Торпедоносец. Слева. Дистанция
quite sure what the BDD tried to torpedo. Let's just be a little bit more
Право
careful.
на борт.
Another zone captured. We have the advantage.
There might be a possibility he missed his torpedo, but it might still reach me.
Прямо руль.
B-point has also been captured, so I don't need to worry about it. Just trying to see if I can see a torpedo trail, but I don't. So I should be safe.
Аварийные трюмные группы. Приступить к борьбе за живучесть.
Дистанция 8000.
Попадание.
It would have been an incredibly fun shot to just detonate him with. But it was not to be.
Машины.
Недолет! Есть попадание. Угроза столкновения. Есть поражение.
Okay, I think I should just back up. Stop messing with the spear.
Есть попадание.
This is as splashed as magazine, of course.
Аварийные трюмные группы. Приступить к борьбе за живучесть.
Слева. Дистанция 4000.
Перелет. Имеем повреждения.
Дистанция 5000.
Есть попадание.
Come on.
Недолет. Цель утратила
There we go.
боеспособность. Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифференц.
This shell's got dangerously close to my magazine as well.
Попадание.
Право руля.
Руль вправо.
Defend the A point. Attack the A point.
Okay, if I can sink this British destroyer, I will send my plane over the sea point.
Стоп, машины.
Имеем повреждения.
Attack the A point.
Есть поражение.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаю крен и дифференц.
Ready to catapult. Please don't get bombed. And yeet the plane off. Don't think I'll make it in time. Try. Yeah, it's a lot of flak heading my way. Just need to decap it. Or my buddy needs to decap A, one of the two. Okay, that's decapping A. Be close for comfort. That's very important I don't rip my gear off. Oh, damn it. Or it gets shot off.
Attack the A.
Just as I was going to land. Of course. And we lost the
Выйти из
player.
боя. Доложить повреждения.
We lost the ship, and that was the game. Oh well. A few coastal backups. Although I think I spaded most of those already. Let's get ventilation next. Was it now 3? Ugh. Yeah, well, that's the risk of playing those kind of maps. So yeah, after ventilation we'll get ammo wetting the new pumps. Then we'll get these two. And then we just complete whatever's left. Oh look, the exact same map, but on the other side now. Still a down tier, so nothing to complain about. As long as we don't run into too many competent 5.7s.
По местам стоять, с якоря сниматься. Лево руля.
Улево. Эсминец. Справа. Дистанция 12 000.
Цель.
Okay, that is one of the 5.7s that would rather not fight. In the Yoko class.
Тяжелый крейсер.
And if the recent Napalm Red video is to believe, the highest DPM heavy cruiser at this battle rating.
Эсминец. Впереди. Дистанция 10 000.
Murmansk is luckily not real, that's special, but Miyoko, yeah, that's gonna be rough.
Цель.
Especially if I don't hit him with my opening salvo.
Есть попадание.
You know what, let's let the AI gunners shoot an aircraft again.
Бомбардировщик.
Дистанция 9000.
And the spay. Okay.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Ah, this is gonna be rough. Use a salvo of SAP against Miyoko. And prepare the AP for the spay.
11 000. Зарядить броневой.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Дистанция 11 000.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Дистанция 11 000.
Есть поражение.
Let's try that again. Well, it's not too dangerous. A bad head, a bit high and a bit too far back. That's looking decent. Wings are critical. Okay, that's not bad. was a decent lead on the spear though.
Трёмной группе спрямить крен.
So let's try that again. Something keeps shooting holes in my hull, and I don't like it. Oh, come on. That felt like a detonation of some sort. Let's stop the counter-flooding for a second just to deal with the fire. Oh, so close.
Трёмной группе осушить отсеки.
An unrepairable breach, of course. And I keep tickling the magazine of the spear. And now I'm going to permanently flood in my engine compartment, which is very fun, very quickly. That's the 4th consecutive salvo, just hitting the magazine but not doing anything. Fun times. Permaflooding is now capped. It has knocked out half of my propulsion. Okay.
Эсминец.
Стоп. Дистанция 8000. Внимание! Предельный крен на правый борт.
Приступить к борьбе за живучесть.
I'm forced to just crawl forward.
Имеет крен на правый борт.
Лево на борт.
Руль лево на борту. Руль прямо.
Зарядим полубронебойные.
I'm really annoyed that I didn't manage to detonate that spear after hitting its magazines like 5 times. Mosquito, okay. Fire.
Ликвидировать пожар.
It's slowly righting itself.
Есть поражение. Имеем повреждение. Цель утратила боеспособность.
Прямо руль.
Корабль теряет плавучесть.
Well, one thing at least next update is that this permaflooding thing won't be a thing anymore. In exchange for a much worse system, but oh well. But at least this is actually somewhat interesting, where you have a crippled ship that you now have to manage. Oh, next update will just be 2 compartments down and you'll die. But oh well. That's concerns for next update.
Тяжелый крейсер. Право. Дистанция 8000.
Корабль теряет плавучесть.
Just firing a salvo to see if it'll hit. Probably won't. Fine island.
Вертолет!
Приветствуем.
Сторожевой корабль. Спереди. Дистанция 3000.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Мерин 8. Дистанция 8000. Есть поражение. Имеем повреждение.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Попадание.
Катя. Справа. Дистанция 5000.
Цель. Эсминец.
Мерин 60. Дистанция 4000. Корабль теряет плавучесть. Есть попадание.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Мерин 8. Дистанция 8000. Зарядить броневой.
Лево руля.
The Savage is not able to penetrate into the engine rooms, so swap him over to AP.
Наблюдаем пожар. Имеем повреждение. Есть попадание.
And even that is barely able to get into the engine room.
Перелет.
Penetration on this is not that bad. Ugh. Just can't manage to hit what I want to hit.
Зарядить полуброневойне.
Эсминец. Спереди. Дистанция 5000.
Корабль теряет плавучесть.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Дистанция 6000.
Лево на борт. Прямо руль.
Really, the anti-air guns?
Эсминец.
Дистанция 4000.
And of course, the shells hit anything but the engines.
Имеем повреждение.
Yeah.
Цель уничтожена. Противник сбавляет ход. Наблюдаем крен и дифференц.
Эсминец.
Мерин 60. Дистанция 2000. Цель уничтожена. Цель горит. Корабль теряет плавучесть.
My A guns on that side are
Аварийные
all
трюмные группы.
destroyed, so let's
Приступить к
repair them.
борьбе за живучесть.
Although, again, we have a Bravi, so it doesn't matter because... Yeah.
Угроза столкновения.
Цель. Бомбардировщик.
Always great to see a P8 get nuked by a missile. Come on.
8000.
Absolutely fantastic.
Эсминец. Справа. Дистанция 3000.
Право руля.
Let's see if I can launch my aircraft to do some stuff.
Средний.
There is just a SKR on the B point. I did not know that. There's no longer an SKR on the B point. And just land this time. Yes, decap at least. Take off again. Now, can I make it to the A point?
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Probably can't. Oh well.
Корабль теряет
Ouch. Mean.
Спереди. Дистанция 3000.
Отступить в базу.
Not enough lead. But oh well. Daily task is done as well, and another step closer to spading Voroshilov. But I think we'll just do one more match for tonight.
По местам стоять.
Угроза столкновения.
Самый полный.
Anto levels. Newport News means we've gotten up there. So did that enemy Bravi though. No worse one than ours. Destroying as well, great.
Somebody attack him.
Легкий крейсер. Слева. Дистанция 13 тысяч.
Боевая тревога.
Руль вправо.
Well, that's what happens when you take a lower tier coastal vessel to try and get coastal caps.
Попадание.
Somebody might just spawn a top BR coastal vessel.
Перелет.
And there goes a Bravi.
Имеем повреждение.
There goes a T-14.
Цель. Легкий крейсер.
320. Дистанция 15 тысяч.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Вперед. 320. Дистанция 12 тысяч.
Легкий крейсер. Спереди. Дистанция 12 тысяч.
Лево руля.
And that one just blew up the Newport News.
Крейсер.
Do I have any light targets to shoot at or sap?
Цель.
Not
Легкий
really.
крейсер.
Loading the Abudas. Oh, welcome anyways, Connor. And yeah, a little bit late to the party. Well, just in time to see how this match unfolds anyways.
Есть накрытие. Медальон. Есть попадание.
Цель. Тяжелый крейсер.
Вперед. 320. Дистанция 10 тысяч.
Another Bravi just spawned.
Спереди. Дистанция 9 тысяч.
Зарядить полубронебойные.
Because I didn't really have anything else to play, really.
Аварийные трюмные группы.
My choice was either
Борьбе за
battleships or
живучесть.
Hyder Coastal. Last stream was already coastal, and battleships are just not really what I wanted to grind. And Voroshilov is one of the boats you could get in the battle pass recently, so why not? That's also where I got my Voroshilov, from that battle pass crate.
Лево руля.
So why not play it again? Although it wasn't that long ago since I last played the Kudovs. But still, it's a good excuse to play 5-7.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Есть попадание.
Цель. Бомбардировщик.
Look out. This guy's already pretty toast.
Тяжелый крейсер. Спереди. Дистанция 9000.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
That was horribly undershot. Non-penetrate.
Тяжелый крейсер.
Did I non-penetrate turrets?
Дистанция
Alrighty.
Цель. Эсминец.
Doesn't know where the turrets on a Roanoke were that heavily armored. Again, he was with 10-kilometer range. Yeah.
Машины назад.
Есть попадание.
Тяжелый крейсер. Спереди. Дистанция 9000.
Есть поражение. Недолет.
Behind him now.
Стоп, машины.
This thing is just near anyways, yeah.
Forces have captured a zone.
So it doesn't really matter.
Цель уничтожена.
Цель. Легкий крейсер.
Мерен 340. Дистанция 6000.
Feeling the Roanoke looks a bit angry at me.
Среди бронебойный.
So let's load the AP.
Just keep it up, and victory will be ours.
Ah, yeah.
Тяжелый крейсер.
Yeah, the battle pass type T-51A is one of the two 25s at the rear, isn't it? And not the greatest. It's been a while since I've played that one. Coastal is not as bad to play nowadays as it was before.
Попадание.
So you might want to give it a go, but that's not the particularly great boat. Rearward firing only is just not that fun. Especially in a boat that's not all that maneuverable. Tactical counterpart is just so much more better because it's 3 single mans spread over the ship.
Дистанция 6000.
Все машины назад.
Not quite sure how to sink the Roanoke with all of its compartments already destroyed.
Лево на борт.
These guns are not all that nice with accuracy at range.
Приступить к борьбе за живучесть. Прямо руль.
Легкий крейсер. Спереди. Дистанция 5000.
Есть поражение. Имеем повреждения.
So let's just disengage for a bit.
Let's keep the pressure
Yeah, the new hull mechanic will be really awkward. That is, if it actually has that new hull mechanic. Because on the dev server it was really inconsistent with which boats had it and which ones didn't.
Лево руля.
Although I didn't test the T-51A. Might have it, might not. Probably has.
Цель. Эсминец.
Мерен 320. Дистанция 4000.
Легкий крейсер. Слева. Дистанция 9000.
Roanoke has disappeared into smoke.
Среди полубронебойные.
I say too early because there he is. Let's deal with this Bravi first. He might be going for the cap.
Эсминец.
Мерен 320. Дистанция 4000.
Цель. Легкий крейсер.
Мерен 320.
крейсер.
Берег 300. Дистанция 9000.
Let's see about looking at the Roanoke.
Дистанция 9000.
Зарядить бронебойные.
Although I genuinely don't know where to shoot it now.
Есть поражение.
Легкий крейсер.
Well, the thing is,
Дистанция
many people have argued that yes, it'll nerf short. It nerfs every battleship. And if anything, it's also a buff to Scharnhorst because the new mechanic directly benefits ships with a high rate of fire. Scharnhorst has one of the highest rate of fires of any, battleship, any 7.0.
Цель.
So in the one port, yes, it nerfs it. The other port, it nerfs every single other battleship with the same battle rating and directly benefits Scharnhorst because high rate of fire. So it's meh. We'll have to see when it actually rolls around, but yeah.
Есть попадание.
My plan of action when the update comes live is by playing British 6-7 to get Rodney and Warspite.
Противник сбавляет
After that, I'm going to be playing the American Standards to get Colorado. And probably after that, I'll see what the Scharnhorst is like. Which will be a process of a few weeks, but that's just how it's going to be. But my first priority next update will be getting the new Japanese destroyer. Anticipating that. There's a part of me doesn't want to spade it, but the other part of me doesn't really care because it's a rank 1.
легкий крейсер. Слева. Дистанция 8000.
Отбой боевой тревоги. Доложить в штаб.
There we go. I am going to leave it at that for tonight because I've been streaming for a little over 3 hours now, and it is pretty late in my time zone. What do I have in the plans though? Also Nord, thank you for coming to play a few games with me. So basically, as the stream title kind of implied, I'm just waiting for the next update to see what happens. In the meantime, just grinding my current lineups. I'm working on a video that's going to come out hopefully somewhere next week. It won't be a ship review. As with any time a new update rolls around, I always wait until the next update actually comes out, because it usually brings along massive changes, which will mess up reviews. So yeah, waiting for the next update. Hopefully we'll get by next week I'll have Strasbourg, which will most likely be the subject of next stream. So yeah, new video that should come out next week. Next week we'll have Strasbourg. I will also be playing more French Coastal, that's for sure, because they're getting a lot more French. They're getting quite a few more coastal vessels. So yeah, I'll be playing a lot more. They're getting 2 new 1.0s. They're getting a Flower class before 1959. They're getting something after 1959. So yeah, I'll be playing French Coastal as well. And I'm not sure if you've already noticed, Connor, but I exclusively play French Coastals during live streams. So I've got, I think, 5 live streams now of French Coastals. If that's something you want to watch at. Yeah. I won't have to backtrack much. What I'll do is I'll play 3-3 until I get to 1-0s, and I'll play the 1-0s, go work towards the Flower. If I don't have Flower, play 3-3 again, till get Flower, and so on. But that should be quickly done, because I don't think they were very expensive on the dev server. Other than that, yeah. So next week, most likely, Strasbourg. If we have the update next week, plans will change. I mean, yeah, that's just French battleships. But yeah. So either way, next week will be French ships. other than that, yeah, thank you all for watching as usual, and I'll see you around next week.